Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Engage Culture Podcast. I'm so excited just to share with you today a subject I'm really interested in, which is the world of sneakers, and just an incredible company that has risen in South Africa. And I just want to share it with you and hope that it stirs up your faith, builds up your hope in whatever it is that you're pursuing in your life, whether it's your education, your career, your ministry, whatever it is that you're working on, your business. I'm just praying that this will encourage you and give you faith and hope to be as great as God has created you to be. Let's start off in the world of sneakers. Now, the sneaker business in the year 2020, it has been valued as an industry that is worth $79 billion. 79 billion US dollars. This is a huge industry. There's a lot of money in sneakers. And the top 5 major players in the sneaker world, at number 5, you've got Under Armour. They're worth 900 million. And an interesting story with Under Armour. Under Armour was revolutionized by the legendary and great Steph Curry from Golden State Warriors. When he signed up an endorsement deal with them, that company just blew all companies out of the water. And now it's in the top 5 company. At number 4, in fact, tied at number 3, you got 2 companies, Asics and Puma, and they are worth what they've generated in the year 2020 was $2.9 billion. That's the revenue Puma and Asics generated. And it's interesting that Puma now have taken Jay-Z on board, and he is promoting this shoe, and it has actually overtaken Under Armour, and is the 3rd highest grossing shoe in terms of revenue from last year. And locally, they also they've got a deal with Nomza Mombata. So Puma guys, go out there, support that brand. It's a great brand. And then at number 2 is Adidas. Adidas generated 13.7 billion, and as you know, their marquee superstar that they've got on their brand is Kanye West. And recently they just brought in Beyonce, and she's going gangbusters, pushing the Ivy Park brand. So it's very interesting what's happening in the world of Adidas. They are now number 2 in the world. And of course, at number 1 in the world today, one of my favorite sneaker lines is Nike. And they generated $23.3 billion last year just from sneakers. So I said all of that to bring us to this company we're dealing with today called Bathu. It's a sneaker company that has originated in South Africa. A young man by the name of Theo Baloyi, a dynamic, intelligent, brilliant entrepreneur, got the idea to start this sneaker company, and he's a pioneer. It was revolutionary because we don't have any local sneaker brands right here in South Africa, and all our entire lives we've all been looking up to getting Nikes, to getting Jordans. I remember the Allen Iverson Reeboks in the 90s. I remember the Shaq Reeboks with the zebra stripes. I remember the Jordans from back in the day till today, and then the Kobe's, the Nike LeBrons, and all our lives this is all we've been exposed to. American and international sneaker brands. But here comes this young man, Theo Baloyi. He relocates to Johannesburg and stays with his uncle in Alexandra as he's working on his BCom in accounting. And he's got this idea, man. He just makes up his mind and says, you know what, I'm tired of us as Africans always wearing these international sneaker brands. Why can't we make our own? And I love this mentality. It's an incredible mentality that we constantly need to develop in our generation. We have to challenge. Why are we always just using international brands, whether it's sneakers, whether it's electronics, whether it's software, whether it's, I'm really impressed that we've got entrepreneurs right here in South Africa who are breaking these systems and saying, you know what, enough is enough. We've got to develop our own. Why don't we develop our own? Why don't we grow and develop our own? And I love that he had the courage to step out and do this. So while he was studying his BCom, he graduated, got a good job at one of the top accounting firms, and through the salary he was getting, he began to develop this product. He even went abroad for a while to work in Dubai, and his business partner kept on carrying the vision. When he came back, he just kept pumping his salary into this project. So this was his process. When he got the idea and he started to pursue taking action, and ideas are overrated. I want to indicate to you right now, child of God, that ideas are overrated. We've got to be people who take action. We've got to be people who step out and actually make things happen. We're called to make things happen. So he comes back from Dubai and he's just pumping his entire salary into this thing. And because anytime you're going to do something fashion oriented or particularly sneakers, it is capital intensive. And he had nobody to give him money, but he had to just pour his own money into this. And he spent 18 months without selling any sneaker at all. He spent 18 months in preparation and 18 months getting the numbers right, getting the strategy right, and getting the proof of concept right, researching the market, developing how to develop the value chain, how to get the warehouses and how to reach the product. And eventually he got his first shoe and started to sell it from his boot. And as time went by, he started to sell it online. And then now, today, I think it was last month or last week, he opened his 18th store from selling this thing in Alexandra, a township in South Africa, selling it from the back of his car. He's now got 18 stores, and this is now a multi-million rand company. And I just want to celebrate Theo Baloyi and just thank God for his life, his vision, and I pray that God keeps blessing him. So the scripture I want to share with us tonight, based on this case study, is Proverbs 24 verse 27. I love this verse. It's going to blow your mind. I need you to grasp this scripture. Proverbs 24 verse 27. It says, prepare, this is King James English, prepare thy work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thine house. Look at this sequence. This is an incredible strategy by God. It says, another version says, this is the NIV now, it says, do your planning and prepare your fields. This is NLT actually. Do your planning, watch it now, and prepare your fields before building your house. And the NIV says, put your outdoor work in order, get your fields ready. After that, build your house. Woo! I love this verse. This is an incredible strategy by God. You know, he's talking to the children of Israel who are this agricultural economy, and he drops this nugget in Proverbs that before you build your house, before you get to the world of spending, you've got to make sure that you develop your field, your system that is going to generate income for you. You've got to make sure that you develop your marketplace system. So before you rush to spending on cars, before you rush to building a house, before you rush, make sure that your outdoor work is in order and your fields are ready. In other words, this is very similar to Theo, that he spent some time preparing and making sure that the fields are ready for the harvest that is coming. And that's what I want to encourage you tonight. Take time to plan. Take time to sit down. Come up with strategic plans for your life, for your career, for your family, for your business, for your ministry. It's very important that we be given to preparation and that we are people who understand that we've got a God who's a blessing God, but we also have to do our part in terms of preparing our field because a tremendous harvest is coming. I pray that God blesses you. Whatever dream you're working on, whatever it is you're building, prepare your field. Make sure it's in order because something is coming. And we have to believe that our season of blessing, our season of increase is coming, and we have to prepare ourselves and take time to get ready for what God is going to do. I pray that God blesses you and that you have an amazing, amazing week.